today. And how will that happen? See, the MP notification is out, and we need to strategically now plan our time, our studies. So, what should we do basically? How to strategically study for MP Civil Judge Prelims examination? Let's begin with our preparation today, because if it's today, then only we can achieve our goals. And the best part about it is planning is the key. Definitely, you need to plan your entire 2 months, and we'll be planning it for you today. So let's plan it. We need to have a very good structured approach. Unless we have a structured approach, things won't fall into place. So let's just do it today. So today's session, what I'm going to cover for you people is the exam pattern for MP Civil Judge Prelims examination as well as the cutoff. The common mistakes that you people make. And I want to highlight onto it that these mistakes you should not commit at all. The exam preparation technique. What should be that technique that you should follow? And finally, the final preparation strategy for you people. And I'm sure after this session, you'll be quite happy and relaxed that you can do it. So let's begin. Now, the subjects which are tested in the examination and their weightage, we would like to give due weightage to what is there, what is important, what you need to study, and the subjects specifically for MP prelims. Now, let's have a glance at it. The Code of Civil Procedure, Indian Evidence Act, Indian Penal Code, and Civil Procedure Code. The majority of the chunk of the marks is 60. So it's quite a lot for your paper, and I believe that you need to study it very much strategically and what all is relevant you should know for clearing this examination. Now, you see the second part for it. There is Constitution of India on the fifth point. It counts for 10 marks of yours. Quite a big deal, huh? And then Indian Contract Act and Transfer of Property Act. Together, it counts for 15 marks in your paper. Along with it, the small and the minor subjects, which we generally tend to forget or ignore or keep it on the side, are Specific Relief Act, Limitation Act, and Negotiable Instrument Act, which is for 15 marks of your entire paper. And then finally, the MP local laws, which is Accommodation Control Act and the Land Revenue Code, which is for the 10 marks. Now you see it, the entire law subjects in total comes to 110 marks. And what should be your aim for clearing this prelims examination? You need to score at least 90 to 100 in this law subjects area. Why? Because it is out of 110 marks, and we'll discuss with the cutoffs also. Now, the subjects other than the law subjects are GK, computer, and English, which accounts, the GK itself accounts for 20 marks, quite a lot of marks in your paper. And then the computer, which is for 10 marks, and English, in total 40 marks it counts about. So your score in this portion should come somewhere around between 20 to 30 marks out of the 40 marks. And this is what you should aim. Your aim should be clear. This is something you need to do. Let's see the cutoff which was there last year. So the general cutoff was 118. The cutoff for OBC category was 113. For SC, it was 94. And for ST, it was 82. Apart from this, also in the notification, they have mentioned it very clearly that for general and OBC category, you need to have minimum marks, which is 90. And for SC and ST category, you need to have minimum marks, which is 82. Then only you will be able to qualify the prelims examination. Now the vacancies this year, let's have a look at it. So the total posts that they have notified is 252 posts. So number of students who would qualify for the mains examination is 10 times of it. Quite a big opportunity for you people, a very big opportunity. And 2520 students would be qualifying and writing the mains examination. So just book your seat there, start preparing, and don't think anything else. I think it's a very good opportunity for anyone who's preparing for judicial services. Now, the common mistakes that you people commit while giving the examination. What are those common mistakes? Let's come to them. So, one of them is you allot days to a particular subjects at your whims and fancies for the prelims prep. Don't allot days and those days never end. What we do is basically 10 days, I'll study for constitution. Next 10 days, I'll study for criminal procedure code. Next 10 days, I'll only study Indian penal code. And the next 10 days, I'll only study civil procedure code. This 10 days never end. You cannot complete it. So, what should be the perfect strategy that you should have for clearing your prelims examination? Study at least two law subjects in a day along with GK for your prelim preps. And how you should do it, depending upon the level of your preparation, you can have a major and a minor act together, or both major act together and accomplish it fast. So, this is something you can do. Now, let's come to the second mistake that you people commit, which is also very important. Do not start reading the Bare Act randomly. Today, I want to study about res judicata, so I'm studying it. That is not the way. Random selection of portions is not good. You start reading the Bare Act from wherever you like. At times, you go really unstructured. At times, you waste a lot of time upon areas which is not relevant for your exam. So, even that you need to take into account. Now, what should be the correct strategy? Before starting the provisions of the Bare Act, go through the index of the Bare Act thoroughly. Not all is important. Thus, work upon the areas which are exam relevant. Now, let's move on to the mistake that you people commit. Mistake number 3. Don't think that local laws can be done in the last moment. Last moment, nothing happens. We keep it and it never happens. What we think is basically, okay, fine, local laws are easy and less relevant. We can put it for the last segment of ours, which is not possible. When you ignore the local laws, you technically ignore 10 marks, and 10 marks matters a lot. It's a myth that ignoring the local laws in toto is affordable for an aspirant who's a judiciary aspirant. You are studying for the prelim examination and you cannot ignore the local laws. The mistake number 4 that you people commit. Do not ignore GK, English, computer and keep them for the end. Why? Why we keep it at the end? Because we believe that I am very good at English, so no practice is required. I am a tech savvy person, hence studying computer is a wasteful experience for me. It's a wasteful exercise for me. GK is so vast. This I should focus on law subjects because GK is very vast. Let's only focus on law subjects, which is for 110 marks, and we'll ignore the GK part completely. So, this is your last mistake that you people commit. Now, GK, English, computer collectively accounts for 40 marks. Ignoring the scoring part can put you in trouble as it is a competitive exam and you need to be better than your competitors, definitely. So, this is a mistake that you people commit. Let's come to the 5th mistake that you people commit. You ignore the planning. See, what happens is when we don't plan, we don't execute, right? But if you don't plan your preps, the most crucial ingredient of success is planning and execution. You need to do both. And what do you think? Oh, I can study randomly. My learning objectives are never defined, and you don't do your SWOT analysis. You don't know what are your strengths, your weaknesses, what are the opportunities in front of you, what are the threats that are coming to you. So you need to analyze yourself along with the topics, the subjects, what is coming in the exam. Everything has to be balanced. Now, what we should do? What should be that correct strategy? Follow a structured method. Learning objectives are to be defined. My strength, the entire SWOT analysis should be done, which is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats in front of you. And focus and consistency is required. So I believe These five mistakes you will not commit. And let's move on to the final mistake that you people commit, the sixth mistake. You do not practice many MCQs and write full length mock test. Yes, you think I have completed a lot of subjects and I've studied throughout the year, so I don't need to solve MCQs. What you think next is MP specific mock tests are not available. Hence, I don't take full length mock test. If it doesn't matter if I don't practice upon and get acquainted with online test portals, तो आप practice करते ही नहीं हैं. This is one thing which I think you should start doing it. Solve a lot of MCQs and that too in a way which is helpful to you. How will it become helpful to you? Now, solving MCQs subject wise is most important. You've completed a particular subject and then solve its questions. MP specific mock test should be taken. It gives you a real time experience. Since this exam is also online, so this exam, you need to have the practice, you need to get acquainted with the online test portals. It makes life easy after all in the day of the exam if you're acquainted with the entire online portal, if you know and if you have given a lot of tests. So this is the last mistake that you people commit. You study, but you don't solve questions. And this is what I would suggest, that start writing a lot of tests, because without it, you don't know how much you have studied. Now let's come to the third part of the session, which is the complete exam preparation technique, which I'm going to give you, yes, just now, right now. You're going to see the exam preparation technique for MP prelims. And we'll go for a quick recap of that preparation technique in a very short time. Now, what is that technique that you should follow? See, we need to plan for two subjects at least in a single day. Two law subjects can be minor, major, or whichever you want, but there should be at least two so that you know where you are standing right now, so that you just don't waste time, a lot of your time. And you need to read the GK content. You need to read GK and solve GK questions regularly, because otherwise you cannot keep it for the end moment. You will not do it and then you lose 20 marks on it. 20 marks counts a lot. Second thing that you need to do is you need to begin with reading the index of the Bare Act. Then the provisions, you go then afterwards, after reading the index, then you move on towards the provisions in the Bare Act. And thereafter, again, you move towards the index, read it again, and try to mark whatever you will not be able to remember, especially after reading 12 law subjects. So in the index, you can mention it in your own short techniques, whatever you want, that this is important, or maybe the punishment, or maybe the 2 months that you need to write next to the index of your Bare Act, so that while you are revising the 12 Bare Acts again, you know exactly what to remember out of it. Now, the third thing that I want to share is start solving a lot of MCQs, a lot of OTs, that is going to help you a lot, and solve the past year prelims MP paper or Chhattisgarh paper, whichever you're eyeing for. Keep solving the past year papers. It will give you an idea as to what to study in the entire paper. Fine, let's move on to the fourth part of it. And that is the final preparation strategy, what you should follow. Before that, I want to share something more interesting with you people. You know what happens is there is a lot of times when people say, oh, MP has a lot of local GK. So only the students who are from MP can qualify the exam. Myth. It is a myth. MP actually has not more than 5 local GK questions. If I see in 2019 in shift 1, they were asking 2 local GK questions, which was one was relating to Raja Bhoj and the other was relating to the Bansagar project. In shift 2, they were asking only 4 local GK questions. In 2018, shift 1, they asked only 5 local GK questions. about which one of them is not a smart city and who won the Kalidas Sammanan. So that is how they ask you questions, which accounts hardly for 5 marks in the GK portion. In 2017 also, if we see the trend, the four legal GK they asked, one of them was where does Chambal River originate from? And the other one was the first open jail in MP, where is it? So the trend is only five legal GK questions. Along with that, what they ask is a lot of Indian polity in the GK part. They ask about national anthem, about national flag, a little bit of static GK, a little bit about our previous history, how the constitution was framed, what about the acts during the time of Britishers. So these are their focus. So a lot of GK, which is for not of MP local GK, is there for 15 marks. So I believe just MP local GK is not enough to score in GK section, which carries a weightage of 20 marks. So this myth I have broken today, 5 marks only, seeing the past 2-3 years trends. Now, how to study daily? The final preparation strategy that I want to tell you is 3 hours, one law subject, 3 hours, another law subject, 2 hours, question solving, and 1 hour of GK, computer, and English. Anything of which you want to make a combination of will go good. But 3 hours for one law subject each is must in a single day. And study daily at least for 9 hours. Now, last 2 months, what shall we do? How should we plan it? Now, from 25th September to 30th September, I'm giving you a study plan which nobody is going to give you right now. You can complete the minor acts first, like MP Accommodation Act and Negotiable Instrument Act and Specific Relief Act. Now, what will happen is it will give you a feeling that you have studied a lot of subject, and hence once you go into the bigger topics or the bigger subjects, the major acts, you will feel okay, fine, I at least know the minor ones. So you get into the groove of studying. And then from 1st to 10th October, we can have Indian Penal Code and CRPC as a combination of ours. From 11th to 20th October, we can have Civil Procedure Code and Evidence Act with us. For 21st to 31st of October, we can have Constitution and Contract together. So both the subjects, Constitution and Contract, which help you a lot in the paper. And finally, 1st November to 10th November, you will do those subjects like Transfer of Property Act and MP Land Revenue Code, being those subjects are rigorously asked and definitely is very difficult to remember. So that is why we have kept it at the last. Now, 10th to 12th November, you can just accomplish whatever is left, Limitation Act or whatever minor acts of yours is left. Post this begins your revision time. So by 12th November, the entire picture to us would also be clear as to when they would be giving a date for the exam. So post this time, you begin with your revision. Keep attempting full-length mock test and subject test in between while you're studying for these subjects. Now, how to prepare for MP and CG specific exam? Your answer is Vidhigya will help you in this. And how? Because we are the best ones for judicial services exam preps, and we'll ensure that everything goes well. You study properly, and there is no stone which is left which we could not possibly clear. So what is that we need to do? What about the online crash course prelims for MP and CG? Yes, you're hearing it right. We are starting it from 25th of September 2020, dedicatedly only for MP and Chhattisgarh preliminary preparation. And that is what Vidhigya advantage you are getting once you enroll with us. Who will be your mentors? Not just one person is teaching you all the subjects here. You'll have many mentors. You will have Honorable Tarkeshwar Singh ji, who happens to be the retired district judge of MP. He'll be specifically dealing with the nuances of criminal procedure code, and Evidence Act, which is basically the procedural laws, and where majority of you have lot of doubts. So he will clear you all your doubts in our session. and you have other mentors as well who will specifically take their own subjects. This is how we are planning for you people. Now, the best thing about it is because of the pandemic, we all are going live. And the best part is from the house, from sitting on the table of your home, you can access 25 full length online mock tests. Subject wise to online mock test every Sunday will be given to you, and detailed analysis of those tests, what you have done, how much did you score, how much did you score from the last exam that you gave. So every kind of analysis, every possible analysis would be given to you. So don't worry about it. Start your preparation, begin your preparation. You will get the highest mock test on online mode if you are here with us today with Vidhigya. So don't worry about your preparation at all. We'll give you the live classes on our app and on our portal. It will be completely online interface, but apart from that also, you can ask your live questions to the faculties. They will answer all your live doubts. So don't worry about it. And second and most important thing, most of the time it happens with us is something happens or something untoward happens and we aren't able to attend the live classes. Then also we have a solution for you. We'll be giving you those live lectures recorded as well. So you have the benefit of both the things. So that is how it will happen. And don't worry about the mock results and the complete score analysis. These are the things that you will definitely get the moment you give the test. That very moment, a simple analysis also comes to you on your screen. So don't worry about it. We'll be going to give exhaustive content on all the subjects covering MP and Chhattisgarh. Yes, right. We'll be covering the Chhattisgarh subjects as well. We'll be covering Chhattisgarh Excise Act. We'll be covering Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act. We'll be covering the Registration Act and the Court Fees Act, which is not there in MP but is there in Chhattisgarh as well. So we'll be covering even those subjects for you people. So don't worry about it. I think that's the best deal that you people can have today. At this time, nobody has offered you till date, and this deal is going to make your dream a successful dream. Let's move on to the next part of it, and definitely don't worry about any kind of support that you want from us. You will definitely have all recent and landmark judgments. You will have all kind of GK content possible for your preparation. We are there. So this is what I wanted to say with you people. Online crash course batch is beginning from 25th September 2020. What the best part about it is you can download our brochure from the link given in the description box. And another one thing I would want to tell you is we have a sample mock ready for you people. Yes, you're hearing it right. We have a sample mock ready for you people. So what the best part about it is, download the brochure, go there, you will find a link to open the sample mock, get access to it, give the test, give that sample mock, and you will realize where do you stand right now. It's very important before you begin the preparation that you understand right now where are you. So attempt that sample mock, you will get your score instantaneously and you will understand what are those subjects that you need to focus on. As I said, the SWOT analysis. So for that SWOT analysis, before you begin with your preparation also, you can take and attempt the sample mock, and that sample mock is free for you people. So please do that. Go and take and attempt that mock and let us know any kind of difficulties. We are always there for you. So the mentor's mantra is those helpful tips that we have given you. During the pandemic, a lot has happened and a lot would change since change is now the only constant thing. So don't worry. Let's move towards your preparation and keep going. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. And this is that perfect time. You're getting that opportunity which many don't get. You have that online access, you have that mock test series, you have your access to your mentors on every possible platforms. And this is something I would suggest all of you to clear the prelims. Just give your best shot today. And most importantly, lastly, believe in yourself. Believe, unless you believe, it won't happen. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So just believe that you are going to clear the examination and start preparing accordingly. Stay logical, stay ahead. With Vidhigya, be positive. We are the gateway for you to become a judge. And let me know whatever possible things, whatever possible queries you have in the comment section below. That's all for today. And stay happy, stay positive, and start preparing.